Hey guys, welcome back to another video. In this video, we are talking about the 12 minimalist rules that I break as a minimalist. And I wanted to make this video because there are a lot of misconceptions out there around minimalism. A lot of people won't even try it out because they think that they can't follow all of the rules. Now, I don't think that anyone has actually ever written out a list of rules that people have to follow if they claim to be a minimalist. But there are a lot of common practices that have become somewhat synonymous with minimalism. So people tend to think that every minimalist follows these things. So in this video, we are going to go over some of those rules that everyone thinks of, and I'm going to tell you why I don't think there are really any hard and fast rules when it comes to minimalism. And I think it's really important that you customize anything that you do in your life to actually fit your needs and your wants. If you're new to my channel, I'm Kassy with MakingTimeForGiggles.com, and I make videos all about making mom life simple. So be sure to subscribe down below if you would like to see more videos like this one. So before we get into the list of rules that I personally break when it comes to minimalism, I just want to encourage you, if you have ever thought about trying out minimalism and it has seemed a little daunting to you, don't let any of the rules or things that you feel like you have to do if you try it out sway you from trying. Minimalism, just like any other type of lifestyle, should be customized to your unique needs. In my life, I have found minimalism makes things very easy and simple, so I really encourage you to give it a try if it is something you're interested in. So without further ado, let's get into the 12 minimalist rules that I personally break. So to start off my list, the first rule that I break as a minimalist is I have things on my walls. And I don't just have things on my walls, I have family pictures on my walls. And that's kind of a weird rule name, I guess, but I can't think of anything better to call it because often people think of blank walls when it comes to minimalism. And they think if minimalists don't have blank walls, it is carefully curated and often somewhat pricey art that they will display. Well, in my house, I have a lot of family pictures that I display on my walls. I love family pictures. They make me really happy when I see them. So I want them to be in a place where I can see them all the time. And I try to have them displayed in a really nice, appealing way, but I definitely do have pictures of us on our wall as the prominent decoration in my house. And yes, I know that family pictures are not the most minimalist thing to have on your walls, but it makes me really happy. And a big part of minimalism is figuring out what makes you happy and making space for that. So because I'm a minimalist, I don't have a lot of other things on my walls that would take the distraction away from the thing that I love the most. The second minimalist rule that I break is having throw pillows. Just about every blog post that I have seen on how to become a minimalist and top 50 things to declutter first says to get rid of your throw pillows. And I just disagree with this rule. I love throw pillows. I think that they add a lot of texture and interest to your couch or your chair or whatever it is. And for us, in addition to liking the way that throw pillows make the couch look, our couches are quite old. We've been together for 13 years and Ross got them hand-me-down from somebody else even before we started dating. So they actually help make our couch a lot more comfortable, and I wouldn't want to take them off of the couch just because it's not minimalist enough. To maintain a more minimalist look with the throw pillows, I did get them all the same color, but I did get several different textures just to make it more interesting to look at. The third rule that I break is I have a TV. Just like with the throw pillows, TVs are on just about every list of things you can declutter right away and you will never miss. The reason that I have not decluttered my TV is because I like to work out at home. And it's a lot easier to do a workout when it's a larger surface that you can see on and I'm not having to try to put the laptop in some weird spot so that I can see what I am doing. We also like to have a TV because sometimes we like to watch a documentary or a sermon if we aren't going to church, and it's just a lot easier for everyone to be able to see what is going on a larger screen. Now, if I were just starting out and I didn't already have a TV, I probably wouldn't purchase one. But since I have one already, I'm not going to get rid of it just to make myself more of a minimalist. The fourth rule that I break is the amount of furniture that I have. Oftentimes, minimalists will try to have the least amount of furniture possible, or they will only have the amount of furniture that they need for their immediate family. For us, this just wouldn't make a lot of sense because we often like to host friends and family, and we don't only want to have enough seats for the people in our immediate family. The fifth minimalist rule that I break is I have a lot of games. If you saw my Decluttering My Closet video, you probably noticed that I have a lot of games for someone who claims to be a minimalist. One of my friends recently was just giving me grief about this and telling me that I probably should declutter some of them if I want to say that I'm a minimalist. But the truth is, we love playing board games. We play them very often, at least once a week, and now that the kids are getting a little older, they are learning to love games too. So again, minimalism isn't about having the minimum amount of everything. It is about making space for the things that you truly love. And since we are minimalists in other areas, we have plenty of space for all of our games. And the next rule that I break as a minimalist is I have a lot of jackets. Like, a lot. You know it's bad when your husband says, you really should declutter your jackets. But here is the thing, and here's the reason I don't feel bad about having a lot of jackets. I'm cold all the time. I wear a jacket in my house all year round. And I wear a jacket out of my house 9 months of the year. And I do like to have a lot of different weights of jackets and textures and colors of jackets because I wear them all the time. And I don't want to have to wear the exact same jacket every single day. Plus, I kind of feel like it's my husband's fault that I have so many jackets because I don't even like to shop. But he likes to take me with him when he goes to the Columbia store. And every time he does that, I somehow come home with a new jacket. I don't know how it happens. Moral of the story is, yes, I have a jacket problem. I love jackets, I have a lot of them, I use them all the time. And I'm really okay with it, even if it makes me less of a minimalist. The next rule that I break is not unlike the jacket rule. I also have a lot of blankets, partly because I am cold all the time, and partly because my husband is not cold all the time. So in order for us not to argue about the thermostat situation, I keep a lot of blankets just about everywhere in the house so that I can cover up whenever I am cold. The next minimalist rule that I break is I have more cups, plates, bowls, and silverware than I technically need to feed my family. The reason for this is that we do like to host, and it's kind of hard to host if you don't have enough cups, plates, silverware, and bowls. Yes, I do know that I could get some paper plates, cups, bowls, silverware, everything when people come to visit. But I do try to limit my impact on the environment, so I prefer to just have some extras for when people come around. And along the same line, we also have a lot more tea mugs than we need for our family of 4. And that's because we drink a lot of tea, and I also really like the way a lot of them look. And some of them are just special because of the special person that gave it to you. I do get rid of some of the old ones as we get new ones, but for the most part, we will always have more tea mugs than we need. I also like to be able to offer people tea when they come over, and if I only have 4, that kind of limits the amount of people that can drink tea at the same time. And yes, I call them tea mugs because I'm not a big fan of coffee. So, yeah. The next minimalist rule that I break is I keep my baby clothes because I don't know for sure if I'm done having kids yet, and I don't want to have to rebuy everything if I do decide to have more children. I have heard minimalist influencers say, get rid of all the baby clothes and even get rid of clothes in between your children's sizes if there's more than like 2 or 3 years in between them. They said, oh, you can go to a secondhand store and it's not that expensive to get things if you decide to have more children. And I could not believe it when I read that because last time I checked, free is a whole lot cheaper than cheap. So I will be keeping all of the baby clothes until we are sure that we're done. Then once we know we're done, we will donate them or give them to a friend that needs them. But until that point, I will not be parting with any of the bins of clothes because I just don't see a point in rebuying something that I already had. Next minimalist rule that we break is sports equipment. We are a very active family. We like to ride bikes, we like to go snowboarding, we like to go wakeboarding, we like to do pretty much every outdoor activity that there is. So we have a lot of gear, And as long as we continue to do all of those things and use all of that equipment, we aren't going to be getting rid of any of it. The next minimalist rule that I break is with meal planning. And if you have seen how I plan out my entire year of meals in advance, you know that I do not do the typical minimalist way for meal planning. I have heard other minimalist influencers say that you need to meal plan in the simplest, easiest way possible, even if that means feeding your family just about the same meals every single week. Well, that just doesn't work for us because my husband and I, and even our kids, are kind of foodies. We really enjoy food, and we don't just enjoy food, we enjoy all kinds of food. So having the exact same meals every week just wouldn't work for us, and we wouldn't enjoy eating as much as we do with more variety. And the last minimalist rule that I break is with budgeting. A lot of minimalists will say to have a very simple budget with very broad categories so that you aren't overanalyzing and over budgeting. Well, we do just about the exact opposite of that. We are very detailed in our budget because we want to know where every dollar is going and make sure that we aren't overspending in certain areas and we are saving the most that we can. As I was putting together the outline for this video, I was asking myself, can I even call myself a minimalist since I'm over here breaking all these minimalist rules? But I think that I can, because minimalism is all about simplifying your stuff, not having extra clutter, simplifying your schedule, not doing extra things that are not that important to you, and just simplifying your life, being able to take time and enjoy the little things in life that you weren't able to before. And I think as long as you are following those 3 rules, it doesn't matter how many minimalist rules you follow or you break. If you are interested in starting out on your minimalist journey, check out the description down below. I have a decluttering workbook that you can grab. And also, if you are interested in simplifying your life, you can check out my course, Put Your Home on Autopilot. Be sure to let me know in the comments down below what you thought of this video. Are there any minimalist rules that you break? And would you like to see a video on how I am actually a minimalist when I'm over here breaking all these rules? Because I would love to make a video like that for you as well. Please give this video a thumbs up if you found it helpful. And if you liked this video and would like to see more videos like it, be sure to hit subscribe down below because I would love to see you on the next video.